I'm sorry, just had a moment. Hi, welcome to my channel, Imperfect Christian. I am imperfect. I'm a servant of God. I usually don't go by title, so I'm a servant of God, a woman of God. I am unworthy, but I'm saved by grace. So today I'm talking about godly men will bring you closer to God. A godly woman will bring you closer to guys that feel like nobody talks about the guys. It's like they leave them out. They're so focused on the girls because the girls so hungry. Well, most women are so hungry for a husband, or they're just so hungry for a husband. Yes, I know it's not good for us to be alone, but honey, you're gonna have to get used to being alone for a minute, especially if you're not working on yourselves. Okay, sometimes we get distracted because we get by these guys that are no good for us because they give us oh you pretty, or give you a smile, or give you a little winky wink on emojis, or you pretty, and they trying to gloat your head all up. But if you know who you are as a woman and you're growing closer to God, you start to realize those little compliments, they're cute, but that shouldn't be a reason why you talking to the guy. Or I guess if that explains it in that way, like due to insecurities, people like to they feed off that attention, and when you're insecure, you feed off of it. And I know from personal experience, you do feed off of it. So if you find yourself doing that, you need to work with you obviously are insecure, or something's going on deep where you're feeding for that attention. If you don't get it, you feel useless or ugly or anything else. And it has to do with guys too. Some guys feel like, they so used to girls saying, "Ooh, you fine. And if they don't get that fine for somebody else, they're like, "Oh, you don't think I'm fine?" Like, I've met these type of guys like, "Oh, you don't think I'm good? You don't think I'm good looking?" It's the issue. It's not that serious. It's really not. Just the fact that he gives you that attention, man and woman, the fact that you get attention from that specific person, you crave that too much, you have insecurity issues and you need to work on that. I'm just throwing it out there, like I'm like so serious, dead, like in your face. You need to work on that. You have insecurities. I'm just being honest. Some guys, this is for guys, for the women, some guys just look for that thrill, of chasing you. And once they get that, the texts, the "oh you pretty" and all that just goes away. And I've experienced that plenty of times from guys. So a man will show you who he really is at some point, and if you don't see those red flags and you're ignoring them because he's fine or because he's a good guy, which doesn't qualify him to be a good godly man, by the way, get caught up in that, man. A man of God, like some people say, I do believe that a man of God will chase you. These days I'm finding a lot of guys want you to chase them, and it shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be that way, but unfortunately guys, they're tired of chasing, I guess. They like, whatever, I don't take girls on dates, I'm tired of chasing. I shouldn't have to chase a woman. I shouldn't have to work to get the sex or something. They feel as if they shouldn't have to do these things due to women not having that, they're not valuing their temple and who they are. So when they meet women that do value themselves, they're kind of just like, "Oh, you don't want to come to my house, but I don't do dates, you want to chill at my house and watch a movie." It's like, I'm not being at your house at nighttime watching a movie. A godly man wouldn't put you in that position anyway, honestly. He'll respect you and he'll get you home at night, and he's not going to expect you to come to his house at nighttime to watch a movie and chill. Especially when you first start dating. That's too early to be at somebody's house chilling, watching movies. Temptation is like a mug, and he shouldn't want you to be in that situation where temptation rises. It shouldn't even get to that point, honestly. And then you got 1 Corinthians. A lot of women, they fall in love with these bad boys and they're treating them like crap and they're not showing any type of love. 1 Corinthians, love is patient, love is kind. I really believe that. It does not envy, it does not boast, it does not bring up past or, "oh, you did this." And true love shouldn't be the opposite of that at all. Women out here, love these bad boys. And I'm sure y'all learned from your lesson. That's why you're probably watching this video, obviously. But you must put yourself first and value your temple You know, men and women. Men aren't valuing the temple, which is why they keep going around having sex with 50 or 30 girls, because having sex in this world makes it seem if you're a man, you're having lots of sex, that makes you a real man. That makes you the man. You getting that hoo-ha. Like, no, it actually makes you come off very insecure. A man that doesn't know himself, because you've taken it too far to the point where you feel like you have to keep having sex with these women to feel like a man. And that has to do with insecurities. Straight up. It's not in between, honestly. A man that feel like he has to show off his body all the time, insecure. You shouldn't have to feel like you have to do that all the time. If you feel the need to do something to get attention, that has to do with your insecurities. Something is deep in there wrong where you feel as if you need to do that to get attention. If you don't do that, you're not going to get the attention you want and that attention you crave. Because if you don't get that attention, you feel useless. And I know that because I used to be in that position. So I'm talking about this as if I know. So you can't fool me because I'm not crazy. I used to be just like that. So you can't fool me, unfortunately. Okay? Maybe somebody else. And you can't fool Jesus or God. You really can't. I'm sorry. Men of God will pray, about direction and discernment, men and women, to make sure that you're the right guy or woman for them. That's a beautiful thing, honestly. A man that prays for you, that's a man that cares about your soul and everything else. Man, that's beautiful right there, all on its own already. And if that man is not right for you, at least you know and you have met a man of God. So the next time you'll know the characteristics. And you won't fall for the pretty face or the man that goes to church but out there having sex. The man that goes to church but out there having sex and cursing and not trying to work on himself. I'm also finding a lot of men and women aren't working on themselves and they don't want to. They don't feel like nothing's wrong. And it's sad, because they're living all these years living in their sins and wonder why they keep getting the same results and why they haven't found love and why they feel incomplete and empty. It's for a reason. I feel like a lot of people rush, especially older people, rush to get married and want to hurry up and have kids due to age. And it shouldn't even be about the age. It shouldn't, I'm getting older. I can't have kids. I'm getting older. If you just sit down, oh my God, please just sit down and talk to God and really just look in that mirror and self-evaluate yourself and realize that you have sins you must work on to become a better human being. You'll find that person. It's really, and the thing is, people don't want to do that because it takes a lot of hard work, and then they feel like by the time they get there, it's going to be too late or something. But no, it's going to be right. It's going to be the right timing. You're going to find that person on the right timing when you're actually working on yourself and you've changed, and it's beautiful because they'll meet the new you, the person that has morals and values, that knows God. It's beautiful, and thinking just because your age, just because you get around 30s and 40s, just so you can have kids. I mean, you want to have kids that bad? You ever thought maybe some people, like they say, some people aren't meant to get married? Maybe God wants you to stand on your own because he wants to use you as a vessel, but you so caught up in that, I want to get married, woman and man. It gets too deep. I'm 25, I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. Because just because I'm 25, I'm not going to rush and run off with the next person. Because I'm 25. Because it's 25. Oh my God. No, that's not fair to me or God. A man with the heart of God will talk to God about his feelings. He really would. And he'll let him in. He'll build a foundation with God, and it's beautiful. The way he prays. You'll know if a guy and a woman by their fruits, by the way they pray. They so sincere and they have a lot of passion about God. And it's a beautiful thing, and they know stuff. And they know about the word, and they want to tell people, and they want to meet other Christians that know about the word and not so closed off, Very open. Not afraid to walk in their truth. A lot of Christians are afraid to walk in their truth, And that has to do with relationships too. If you're afraid to walk in your truth, it's going to affect your marriage and your relationship because you're hiding who you really are. At some point it's going to come out. So you show who you are. You work on that person that you are, that you have become due to those sins, and you'll become a better human being, and it'll be so beautiful. And then once you get to that place, God will bring that person, and that person will bring you even closer to God, and you'll have an even deeper connection with God. And that's what people are not getting. And people keep saying, having on these YouTube channels, oh, that man will chase you. They are right. But are you worth chasing? Are you worth chasing? And that's all I'm saying. Can you look in the mirror and be real with yourself and say, am I worth chasing right now? If you can think of some stuff that you need to work on, no, you're not. You need to work on those things. Work on a relationship with the Lord. And the most and foremost, work on a relationship with the Lord. Like, I feel like people just aren't trying to work on a relationship with God. And then they wonder why they haven't met that person. That person's not going to want to meet you right now because you're not ready. You're now hot on fire for God. You're not praying to Him. You're not even trying to pray to Him. You're not even trying to read His Word. That's like the last thing on your book. Or make your list. Like, are you really worth chasing? Girl and guy, are you really worth chasing right now? If you really aren't worth chasing, if you're really not even focused on God and you're doing things for your selfish gain, you're not ready yet. You need to humble yourself and figure out why you keep doing these things. Ask God to help you get that strength and be filled by the Holy Spirit so that you can continue to work on yourself. And then when that person comes, it's just going to fall in place, man. They're going to bring out the good qualities of you, and it's going to be beautiful. And before you know it, that old side, that old person that you used to be is going to be completely gone, because that person's going to be there rooting you on to help you become that better person. It's beautiful. That's all I got to say. Are you worth chasing? And if you're not, you need to go to God and work on a relationship with Him and work on yourself and stop playing games. And stop blaming God as to why you haven't found anybody. It's your fault, honey. It's your fault, mister. Unfortunately, it is. And that's what happens when you walk in your truth. You realize it was my fault. I'm sitting out here in these streets sinning and not working on myself, but then want a man. But then want a woman. You're not ready, though. You're really not ready. I don't care how old you are. You're not ready. I'm sorry. If you're not putting God first and you out here on that selfish stuff, and you think just because having a degree and having an education qualifies you being a good man and husband or wife, the lies they tell you, honey, the lies they tell you, that's a freaking lie. I'm just being honest. Have a blessed day. Now, I'm just keeping it real, and if you're offended, I mean, it is what it is. Once you walk in your truth, stuff shouldn't really offend you. It should make you want to work even harder to become a better human being. And walk in your truth, follow those commandments, put God first and foremost. He should be the number one on that list, on the top that you're looking for. Woo, God right there. Man will come. Not so focused on the man and the woman. So I feel like some people are way too focused on that. Chill out. It's not about you all the time. Work on yourself. You're too old to be sitting here keep going through the same stuff. Because you being ignorant and blinded by your sins. Thinking He gonna come while you sitting here not working on yourself. Why you think God got you single for? So you can work on yourself. So when that person comes, you don't run them off with your foolishness. Come on now.